what we're calling the small groups is by going onto that main platform. There is a particular section with the Google Meetings there. So you can just log in that way. I have also provided you the direct, or I will also provide you the direct links in the event that those links are not working. If you do need any kind of, to get in touch with us, provide feedback, questions, concerns, we're going to have a sync meeting on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this week or the coming week, so the actual week of the program. And those are going to be at 10 every morning. So I will send those links, those Google Invite links, and that's where we will have any kind of feedback, questions, comments, concerns for us, and we'll readjust based off of those conversations. Hopefully that answers your questions, and that's all I have for now.
Erin, is there any reason why we have to wait to get the link 30 minutes before the event?
Yes, because that's what the platform is providing us with. Yeah, we actually, like our Mission Summer STEM team we're not producing those links. We're at the whim of the company that we're working with. So we don't actually have the links to provide you right now.
Give much free space or headroom if anything goes wrong, but
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. What was that second question?
It doesn't give much reaction or flexibility time if anything goes wrong. Hey, when you send out emails, are they going to our preferred email address, or is everything going through our Google email address?
I'm sending them to both. All the email addresses that you provided, whether it was alternate or primary, I'm sending it to both because I'm not sure where folks are checking. So you'll get them in both places.
Good. Thank you.
Scott, I can tell you, I know that's been a concern. Even our parents had that concern as far as having enough time to figure out if something went wrong or if they didn't receive the link. So what we did is the platform is sending that out to you. There really haven't been a lot of problems, so hopefully that'll make you feel comfortable. But also, we've asked them to provide us with the list of links that they are sending out to you in the event that something goes wrong and you don't receive it, and you reach out to us. We'll be able to give that to you directly, but we won't get that until after they set that all up.
And not to be pessimistic, I'm sure you guys have had plenty of time to refine it. Just in case something went wrong, is there a hot button or an emergency telephone number, say a mentor to call into?
So there's an email. If you email summerstem@usna.edu, we are aware of when those mailings go out from the platform, and so we watch right at that moment from when they're sent to see if there are any emails coming in to express any issues and are following up. So the whole team is watching that link to make sure that we can triage any issues that come through that email. Okay.
So Yetanda, for something like the service branch presentations, is everybody getting links to all the different pieces, or are the mentors only getting links to the places of the program where they're engaging?
Yep, so I'm gonna just send out all of the links, and if whatever the same mentors feel, whatever group the same mentors feel comfortable going into, that's the group that they can go into.
Sure.
So there's one for each branch.
Okay, now early in the process, we had a spreadsheet of some of other folks that wanted to be able to drop in. What happened to that list? And then, our executive director has now asked, how can he view the service presentations? So I thought I was on that list, but I haven't gotten any notices. I'm not a mentor, so I haven't been getting those notices. But where are those of us that wanted to be able to pop in? How are we getting access?
I'm sorry, I don't know who's speaking right now. Can you go ahead and just
That's
speak?
Eddie.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
that's
okay.
Eddie Gonzalez over at SAME. I
Gotcha.
apologize.
And Eddie, I didn't hear
Yeah.
your question. You're saying that you wanted to be able to pop in.
Sorry, I think I'm having speaker issues as well.
You're okay.
Yeah, so early on, we had a spreadsheet that like the camp directors that weren't going to be mentors that wanted to just pop in and out. And we had some, myself included. How will we be getting links if we haven't been on the communication train with as mentors?
So you all have been added to the list. So when those links go out 30 minutes before the sessions begin, you are included on that mailing list of students,
Okay.
of people to receive those links so that you can see what's happening on the platform. And then on the first day, Erin will do Lieutenant Sleister will do an orientation of the platform and will highlight where you find the links to then join the break-off sessions. And so you'll be included in that emailing.
So those links haven't been put out yet.
No, those won't come out until 30 minutes before the first session starts on Monday.
Those links.
Yeah, I think that's what we all need to get comfortable with, is that we won't see anything until 30 minutes before a session. And so there's no placeholder or anything that we have to hold on to as far as an email. So I think we all just need to be at the ready to know those links are coming 30 minutes before.
And I will tell you, they come out like daily, like we just received ours. So I've received mine consistently right at 10:30.
Great. But the only folks that need the Gmail are those that are using the platform for the interactive piece. Those of us that are just connecting through a link, we're connecting. Are we still logging in?
You can still log in, and so what we're saying, especially with our mentors, so that you can participate and see what's happening on the platform, so that when the students come to you, you'll know what's going on. But you get the link to the Google Classroom from the Google Hangout from within the platform. So
Gotcha.
the platform is where we all start up, and then you'll see the link by strike groups in the platform.
Okay, I think that covers my question.
Okay.
So for any confusion, I'll go ahead. You guys can expect your first kind of daily email from me tomorrow. For any confusion, I will provide a screenshot of what the platform looks like so you have a better idea of where you need to go to look once you get onto the platform.
You know, Eddie, if I'm able to share my screen, I actually have it up and I can give people a quick glance, and then Erin can follow up with the.
Let me give you control.
Okay.
Okay, you should have gotten a notice about being a presenter, and then that should give you the option to share your screen.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so this is the platform, and I'm gonna click on. All right, so you can see we are going to start the scavenger hunt at 11:30. It hasn't started, so it has some really cool jazz music going while people wait. And I am going to, so that's where that is where I'm trying to move this over. Okay, so this right here where it says close, that is where all the live presentation happens. So you'll see something happening live there. And then When there's not a presentation, the schedule of the day is there. So if someone comes in and they're not sure what's going on, they'll see a schedule with the time listed and the event that's taking place. And then down here, all the documents, so different documents for day one, the documents for day one will be listed, the documents for day two, so on and so forth. So everything that the student needs access to in order to participate in the day's events will be under documents. And then under links right here, you see, I'm gonna scroll down. Starting right here, you see the names of the different strike groups. When a student clicks there, or when you click there, it will give you access to the strike group, and then that's how you will enter the Google Hangout where the actual activities will take place. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, I think again, it's just knowing that the link is coming, and then being prepared for where that link takes you. I think it's going to be the key, but everybody should be clear on when they will be needed.
Right. And there's a schedule and that has also been sent out. Correct, Erin?
Yes, they all have the end of the week schedule. If you missed it, it's from July 15th was the last time I sent it out.
And so it highlights exactly where the time in Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Time. And then it also gives the event, and then it will tell you where the event is taking place. So it'll say Platform Q. So if it says Platform Q, you'll see, you'll come to this platform using the link that comes in the email. If it's happening in the classroom, it'll say that too, but nothing is going to take place in the classroom until there's an event happening here. So this is our meetup place, like this is our auditorium, and then you will break into your small groups. Okay?
Any other questions on the logistics side?
Yeah, I have a question.
Eddie, you can take back control now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and then we'll just open it back up to questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question. Jim Carter here. So just to reiterate, when we join a session, there'll be the general session, and it'll pop up on that welcome to screen you're showing. Once we're going into like a scavenge hunt or something like that, we'll access the documents, click on our strike group, and then join the group that way. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Correct.
Yetanda, is there any great lessons learned from your last couple of weeks in terms of the way the mentors and the kids have interacted? How much kind of free time to give to kids versus trying to get them to work as a team, or and along the way as they're doing one of their projects, your interaction, sharing background with the kids?
Yeah,
anything to work better?
Yeah, Erin, I heard you start. So.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we've been inputting some of our best practices into your one-stop shop doc, but I will highlight a few of them here. So we found that when our previous strike group leaders, when they set the agenda early for the students, that was really beneficial, meaning they were going to go through their introductions, they were going to have all the students introduce themselves, and then I would say leaving cameras on if the students are comfortable really enhances that experience, and then obviously turning off the mics when they're not speaking. The other thing is putting into that agenda is putting in little breaks. Obviously, it is a long time sitting at their computers. So if you say, here's your agenda for today, for the first 15 minutes, we're going to work on the first 2 cyber challenges. We'll take a 10-minute break and then come back and do the rest of them. The other really fantastic thing that we saw the strike group team leaders doing is screen sharing. So you have that capability within Google Google Meeting. And so we've had the strike group team leaders, which is the SAME Mentors equivalent roles and responsibilities. They will either do their screen sharing, or even the students are really good about screen sharing and kind of creating that more of a teamwork environment. You can definitely read more about our best practices on your one-stop shop, but those are the big things that we also notice. And then the other great thing to continue to the conversation of when our STEM Center faculty professors are essentially teaching the lessons, you also might see the faculty pop into your own strike groups because we have them and answer any questions that the students or even you guys as the mentors might have. And we found that really enhanced the experience for the students as well.
So Erin covered, like, those are the key that we found from week 1 to week 2 into this week that have really worked. Now we're looking at screens where you have students completely all on screen, having conversations with one another while they work, sharing their screens to help with a problem, or this is what I have and I'm not sure, especially in the programming module. They can show their screens and show one another where they're stuck or where they need help. And so we're seeing that happen now, using those practices that Erin just shared with you.
You know, Scott, if we need, let me know if you want to organize a mentors call one of the evenings after the session's completed to do any regroup. If you find it'd be useful, I can schedule something for Tuesday evening if you wanted everybody to come together. So just let me know.
I think once we're in it, we're in it. So
yeah,
this call was basically meant to, since it was a month since we did the training, I wanted to just, or at least my suggestion was to get everybody together, make sure we were synchronized. A lot of the names. I think.
Yeah.
You guys are on. My only advice is just try to engage the kids as much as you can. Effective. Get them talking. Screen sharing. I hadn't thought about that, but as one expressing rapidly and wants to share his progress or his view, how he built a parachute or something like that.
Hmm. You're fading in a little in and out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
All
well,
right.
I think,
yeah.
Sorry, I was going to go ahead and do the same thing, Yetanda. Yeah, I think if we're good with them, we're going to release them to go back to their program. So any questions that come up, summerstem@usna.edu is the email I got. Feel free to forward anything else that comes up. I think this group is still remaining on to talk just a little more mentoring. I'm going to be monitoring the call, but I have to get on another call. So, and we are still recording. So thanks to Lieutenant Sleister and to Yetanda for your help.
Not a problem. I look forward to working with you all next week, and it's going to be great.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
You bet. And again, Scott Prosuch and I will stay on with any of the mentors that want to continue to discuss. But thank you, Yetanda. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Bye.
Thanks, Eddie.
Yep.
Hey, Joe, it's Allison. I have one thing I want to make note of to the mentors before they start to leave.
Absolutely. I did want to, go around before we could go around the camp directors who want to share anything. So Allison, why don't you start out with anything you want to share?
So primarily first, I have not received shirt sizes and mailing addresses from a lot of the mentors. So please send me those. If I don't get your shirt size, I'm just gonna order you a standard size, and we'll have extras. But I do need everybody's mailing addresses to get everybody the shirts mailed to them. So that's my big thing. I think, you know, the campers are probably better prepped for all this online stuff than we are. They've been doing school online for the last 3 months. So they're probably way more comfortable doing all this than most of us are, but I think that can be an advantage, and they can help lead some of this stuff.
Awesome.
That was all I had, Joe.
I've got a question about the plan of the week.
Go ahead.
The plan of the week I printed out, and I would recommend maybe putting a version on these if they're updated, but did you update the plan of the week here? Just, you said July 15th? Lieutenant?
She left. They have left.
Okay. Well, I have printed out the STEM. There was actually 4 plans of the weeks, the 3 academy ones and the one that we're doing. And has that been updated, or is that the one that Lieutenant sent out on the 15th was updated? Does anybody know?
No.
I think the 15th is the latest version.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, a date or something on the plan of the week would be very helpful. I don't know if this what I'm holding is the first one, the second, or the third. I have no idea. Another comment I wanted to make was I looked at the attendance records for the previous ones, and there was a significant number of people who didn't participate. It seemed on average each task group had 2 kids with their names struck through as if they didn't participate at all, and then they had red cells on the ones they didn't participate in, and there's almost as much red as there is anything else on that spreadsheet. Anybody else look at that?
Are you talking the kids, campers attending?
Kids. You can go up and look at the previous 3 weeks, and there's a schedule that has their grades. It's in that master email with all the stuff on it. There's a record attendance in there, and then there's scores of their different activities, and there's a lot of non-participation, which is kind of shocking to see.
I certainly didn't do that level of research. Glad you did, I guess, but I think the national average is less than, probably more than 25% of the kids do online education.
Yeah.
So I thought we would have the elite.
Yeah, I thought so too. Well, it seems the first, just in general, it's like the first part of the week there was more attendance than there was in the last part of the week. But take a look at that. It's one of the links that Lieutenant Sleister sent us with all the different links to it. It's under, I can't remember what it was called, scoring or grades or something like that, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I said, no, if that was an issue with anybody, we wouldn't know that. So I guess what I'm kind of saying is as we go through the week, don't be shocked when you see kids not participating in certain activities.
Yeah, our school teacher friends, David, are all saying the same thing. It's hard to get commitment, every day, all these kids to show up. So
yeah,
I think that's sort of par for the course for the era we're in. But like Scott said, hopefully this group of kids, be a little bit more committed than maybe some of the previous camp attendees. But we'll see.
Rising 11th graders, yeah.
Okay. Henry, did you have anything you wanted to share?
No, I just appreciate the mentors volunteering. Certainly was a disappointment to us that we could not do our camp, and just glad that some of the kids that decide they want to be a part of the Army's camp are getting an opportunity to go through some STEM activities and under the mentorship of some of the society's members. So I do appreciate everybody volunteering to help out. Over.
Thanks, Henry. Nicole, are you on? Scott Camp? Okay. Scott?
Not much else to add. Again, thanks mentors, and I think the key to this is going to be, like I mentioned before, interaction with the kids and just try to get them, draw them out. All the things we would do during the normal camp where we spend a lot of time, a lot of personal interaction time with the kids. I don't mind at all interfering with their design of their parachute or calling upon some of the kids to, get them to show their design, maybe video it, all the things we talked about when we went through the training. But if we just let the kids, kind of dissolve away for an hour or 2 hours during the training block or during the actual execution block, I think we've missed an opportunity to connect with the kids. And hopefully, we always ask our mentors, and I think all the camps do the same. We tell the mentors that your connection with the kid does not end at the end of the week. You now own these kids, literally all the way through college. So ideally, if you do create some bonds and have you have the email addresses and you have a lot of the personal data on all these campers, please try to stay connected with them, obviously through the event, and get them to interact, and hopefully they participate for the solid week. But beyond that, stay engaged, send them emails, keep them on track, maybe connect them with the local post, all those kind of things. You guys got an opportunity.
Are any of you guys Boy Scout leaders by chance? Because in Boy Scouts, we are actually prohibited from interacting with kids outside of scouting and camping.
We've been doing it for 20 years, so
yeah. Well,
somebody tells us to stop.
I've been doing it for 100 years.
So, I say we keep doing it. That's kind of the whole philosophy, is to get these kids connected, and we can tell we can tell hundreds and hundreds of success stories where we stayed connected with these kids, and now they're either military officers or working in the private sector, and many of them are SAME members. So, yeah, I would really suggest we stay connected with them, kind of try to mature them and mentor them halfway forward.
Yeah, that's what we try to do, Boy Scouts too.
Hey, well, good luck to everybody. Have fun.
All right.
Appreciate it, Scott. Again, Joe Angel here, representing both the Marine Corps camp and the camp COI. I guess my feedback is, all of these camps, we are obviously STEM focused, and that's our primary focus, but we also, especially the Air Force Academy, have a unique interest in introducing these kids to some level of military life, whether it's, the kids that are really, aiming to apply to a service academy, and become a military officer, fly jets, whatever they have their reasons for joining our camps. But also remember that, there's a lot of kids that want to go on and do ROTC or just enlist. I mean, our camp has certainly had several of our alum who've, just merely enlisted in the Navy or the Marine Corps or the Army and gone on to do some really cool things that way. So I guess my advice is, there's the service piece of this, where the service reps for all of them, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, you're going to have their piece. And please follow up with the kids, because, I think that might be something that's a little bit different than what the Naval Academy has done in their previous camps. If you're not able to participate in those service presentations, service discussions, please follow up with the kids when you get a chance to see if they have any follow-on questions about what they heard from the service reps or in the service-specific discussions. Because, all of us at our camps, appreciate the opportunity when a kid comes up to you and says, I'm thinking about the Coast Guard, I'm thinking about the Navy, I'm thinking about the Army, and be able to, if not talk to them directly from our past experience, then, introduce them to someone either at our camp or another camp who may have some specific experience they're looking for. We've got campers that have gone on and want to pursue nursing degrees, medical degrees, and serve in the military. And obviously not a lot of us, have that type of experience, but we know people, that have served in those areas, and we can introduce them to somebody. So when you have the opportunity during the week to interact with your campers in your strike group, please make sure you ask those questions. You know, is there anything else, you know, we can discuss or we can help you with if you're interested in service, whether applying to an academy or an ROTC program or just military service in general. That was really all the feedback I wanted to have. So again, I think I've got all the camp directors. I want to open it up. Scott and I want to open it up to all of the mentors that are on the call and answer any specific questions that you might have, things that we can follow up on with Yetanda and the Lieutenant and Eddie on any questions that you have.
Yeah. Do we have any contact information for the kids that are in our strike groups?
Thought you did. I thought you were getting that.
I sent
Who was that, please?
I have a list of the names that were from that initial set of documents that the Academy sent out, but I don't have any other contact information for the kids, like an email.
This is Scott. Did you get an email from me yesterday?
Yes. Oh, well,
no attachments?
No, I did. I don't recall seeing it. Does that have the strike group kids on it?
Yeah, let me. Yeah, it had the breakdown of all the kids by their strike group with their kind of the bio data we pull off the application. Yeah, take a look at that one. Jim Quinn had asked me for that. Jim, I'm sorry it took a while to get it out, but I think that's pretty valuable. You'll get an idea. Obviously, everything from what post sponsored the kids to their grade level, GPA, likes, dislikes, they're not dislikes. You know, all their accomplishments, what they're doing. So you'll have a pretty good profile of the kids you have in your strike group. If you don't have it, shoot me a message or let me know.
No, I didn't get that. I got an email from you personally yesterday, but I didn't see the other one.
Let me.
I didn't check my Gmail account, so it may be in that one.
All right, I'll do a resend to everybody just to make sure.
Okay, thank you.
Who is this that didn't get it? Who's asking specifically? Who's asking for who didn't get it? Who asked the question?
The person who was speaking just a moment ago was Jim Quinn. It appears that his computer is locked up or frozen or something.
Okay, thank you.
But Bill Bales here with a question. I wasn't able to attend the training, although I've accomplished most of the stuff that was sent out. Are there recordings of the training sessions that are available someplace? And then my other question is, are we supposed to have email addresses for our fellow mentors within our strike group? So I have two other people I would like to coordinate with.
Bill, this is Scott. The short answer is no, they did not record the training sessions. So if you've done the class assignments and everything, you're probably going to have to enter with that level of experience. But yeah, there was a pretty healthy discussion that went on up front before we talked about, say, cybersecurity and parachute design. Again, I don't know if I had an email problem, but I guess I did not send out the individual list of email connections for all of your strike group fellow mentors, but all of those names were on the to line. So I'll tell you what, I'll resend the email, Bill, so you'll have everybody's email address, and from there you can pick out who your strike group fellow mentors are.
In that list of documents that we got initially from the Naval Academy, there is a breakdown of the strike groups with the mentors and the names of the students on it. So I figured out the names of the other mentors in my strike group from that. It gave me the names of the mentors, and then I went to the distribution list on the email and figured out the emails of the other two mentors in my strike group.
Yeah,
And then,
I should have made it easier for you, Jim. Sorry. But you did it the right way.
Jim's smarter than I am.
Jim's a smart guy.
well, I think
So I'll,
it's,
I'll just pull it off I'll pull them off the email you sent yesterday, Scott. Sorry to take everybody's time.
No problem.
okay.
Yeah.
All good.
I think it is useful for the three mentors for each strike group to get together. I did that with the other two in my strike group, and it was helpful just to kind of get to know each other before we face the kids next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're planning the same thing.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
I'm going back and I'm looking at my email. I sent out a email to everybody on Wednesday, 11:58 a.m. my time. That's Mountain Time, and it does have an attachment. I just wanted to do a quick check to make sure I didn't screw up. And the attachment has the breakdown of all the kids by their strike group, and then it's an Excel spreadsheet. If you read it all the way across, it gives you their street address,
Right.
mom and dad's email addresses. So did anybody, I guess, did most people receive that?
I don't remember.
I have it.
You have it?
I got
Okay,
it.
Bill got it. So I'll tell you, I'll
I got it.
resend. Yeah, I'll resend just in case. But that was the attempt to answer the mail or to answer the request, that you kind of had a profile and you had knowledge about the kids that were in your group.
A quick question. This
Yeah,
is Chris
I got it.
Martin. Sorry if somebody was going before me. Go ahead.
All you.
Okay. So I remember they were talking about briefing services. Each individual service is having a briefing on the first day, I think. Is that the mentors that's getting briefed, or is it somebody else? Like, are the mentors doing the briefing? Like, I was a member of the Air Force Fund, I was a member of the Air Force Kid, or is that somebody else that's not part of the same group?
It's someone else. Each service has already assigned one person who's going to do the brief for each service.
Got it. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was hard to understand your question. I apologize.
You can go ahead if you want to join that group, and as questions come up, I think that anybody who can answer them are free to answer them. It wouldn't just be the presenter.
Agreed. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Allison. Yes, the service providers are obviously only presenters, are only involved for a very brief period of time. So obviously following up with any specific questions that don't come up in the service specific sessions would probably fall back on the mentor. So if you're able to join in on those sessions, that would be very helpful for not only for you, but also for the campers.
100% will do.
Okay, any other questions out there?
Scott, I apologize. I did get that email. I just didn't check my Gmail account yesterday. Thank you.
Not a problem, Jim.
Scott, did you want to add anything else?
No, I'm good. Again, I think it's a great opportunity. Fun.
Erin mentioned this morning when she was talking that she was going to have sync meetings 3 days. Were those Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Okay.
Those are for everybody, all the mentors?
I think so. My impression was that it was going to be an hour, basically an hour before the regular session starts. And she said 10 o'clock Eastern time.
That's what I heard.
Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to clarify.
Yep. And again, you'll probably get the invite 30 minutes before. So I'm with you, Scott. That's certainly a lesson learned that all of us who are in this virtual world trying to survive, 30-minute heads up on login and all the rest of that stuff, especially for those of us over 30, Scott. Yeah, that gets a little bit difficult. We know Allison can handle it, but the rest of us, not so much.
Well, I guess the good news is this will be their 4th week of camp. So they've already worked out the kinks before we start. So I think
it's not their problem. It's my problem.
You've got kids who know how to do this. Call them.
Yeah.
Are you still on?
Give me this.
I'm here.
Hey, I was looking forward to seeing you at Lejeune this year. I hate that we missed it.
Yeah, I know. We'll be regrouping. Trying to fix this bug problem. I appreciate everybody again, ponying up to do this virtual camp with the Naval Academy. As all of the camp directors can attest, we all get feedback every year from a number of our campers telling us how these events have changed our lives, and getting those success stories like Scott shared this week. This is why we do it, folks, and I know we all appreciate your help in being involved, because none of us know, what little interaction goes a long way with some of these kids to convince them, to encourage them to pursue their dreams, and it all matters. So I again want to pile on and just thank you for your commitment to this effort. Anybody have anything else?
Joe, it's Allison. I've got one more
ahead.
thing. We should probably send out some sort of survey at the end just to get some feedback from the mentors as to how everything went, especially if we're going to try to maybe look at, more options in the future.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we'll be doing a huge after action report on our 2020 efforts. And certainly we want to include all of the mentors who participated in this effort in getting that feedback. Because to be honest, folks, we all hope we can be in person next year and do our normal, quote unquote, normal camps at all of our great locations. But a virtual camp, we've been discussing a virtual camp with the Naval Academy or with somebody else. The Georgia Tech one, they did a fantastic job this year providing a virtual opportunity for the kids in and around the Atlanta area. A virtual camp may be part of our stable moving forward. We don't really know, but we're considering it. We're considering a number of things moving forward. So, we'll see. Is Cindy Miller on?
I am.
Okay. Cindy Miller, do you have time this afternoon for a quick phone call?
I do.
All right. What time works for you, my friend?
Oh, do you have a preference?
I can do any time this afternoon, so I'm wide open. 2?
Why don't we do 2:30? That's okay.
2:30. I'll give you a call.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks, Cindy. All right. Anybody have anything else? Again, thank you so much, everybody, for your commitment. And Scott and I are available. Obviously, Eddie's available to help with anything that comes up. Either before camp starts or during camp. We'll be available, trying to dial in, link in, do whatever we got to do to support everybody next week. And then, as Allison said, we are certainly going to do a deep scrub, at the end of the summer, early into the fall on everything that happened this year. And we look forward to continuing the communication. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.